Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Blaze Trails of Gold Steel. We have our normal free day. I keep wanting to call them exercises, but quests, tasks, student council things, whatever you want to call them. We have those to do. We're gonna start with the one given to us by, I think we got one from the occult research, didn't we? Yeah. So we're gonna start with the old. Wait. Hold on. I read that wrong. Yeah. Yeah. The Thors 7 mysteries. Yeah. We're starting with that one. So let's go ahead and do it. I've been reading a book series called Spirit Chronicles. Just recently got an anime adaptation, and today I read the latest book that has been officially released in the English translation because I can't read Japanese. And let me tell you, that ending left me extremely angry. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and go forth. Welcome to the Occult Research Society. What kind of fortune would you like me to tell you for today? Reign of Class 7? Health? Romance? I can even give life advice if that is what you wish. Sorry, I'm not actually here to get my fortune told. Don't worry, I'm well aware of that. You were sent by the student council, weren't you? You could have at least played along a little, though. You're not much fun. I'm kind of fun. Beryl's a strange one, alright. She's got quite the reputation amongst the girls as an uncannily accurate fortune teller, though. There's something you'd like to ask of me, is there not? Answers are merely a question away. Do you wish to know what kinds of rituals and curses are my favorites, perhaps? No, that's probably the kind of thing I'm better off not knowing. Thanks. Wait, she didn't just read my mind, did she? Nah, she couldn't have. So I assume you've been informed about what I want you to do. Yeah, you want me to look into the Academy's 7 mysteries, right? Precisely. The sooner you can start investigating, the better. Are you ready to begin? Yeah, kind of terrified, but let's do it. Sure, I'm ready when you are. I know a lot of schools across the country have mysteries like these, but I didn't know that Thors had a set all of its own. Well, I'm glad I could give you the good news. They've become a hot topic amongst some of the girls recently. I wouldn't have guessed that. But you said that you wanted me to look into the 7 mysteries. Does that mean you don't know what all of them are and want me to find out what you don't know about? No, I know the basics of each mystery already. What I'd like to ask you to do is to investigate how credible each one is. I see. Is that something I'll really be able to investigate, though? I mean, if they're supernatural, you can just think of that as part of your investigation. If you can't come to any conclusions, so be it. Either way, to be more specific, I'd like you to talk to the people most likely to know something about each mystery. I could do it myself, but I'm not exactly what you would call a people person. Right, okay, I think I get what you want me to do now. Can you give me a head start by telling me what you know of each mystery I think you said before I bumped to the mouse? I think if I told you everything at once, it might be so much horror that to take in that it would stop your heart. So, ask me about them one by one, and I'll tell you what I know about each. That sounds like a good way to do it. Alright, leave the investigation to me. Thank you. I look forward to hearing what you discover. Quest: Thors 7 mysteries started. Do you wish to hear about the Academy's 7 mysteries? I'm trying to see if... Okay, yeah, we have to go through each of these. Alright. The first mystery, the crying sculpture. The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It's used as a reference for sketches. However, if you dare draw near, you can see tear tracks running down its face. Whoa. What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that the tears originate from a human head contained within. Okay, I was on board up until then. That's a little too extreme to believe. You think so too? Even so, these sorts of stories always contain some kernel of truth. Perhaps speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find it. The second mystery is that of the haunted piano. Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, she took a peek into the room, only to find it empty. Well, the name certainly fits. They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there. A ghost who likes music, that's all. Seems a bit lazy to me. Agreed. At least give the ghost some elaborate, tragic backstory to explain its connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Heibel. So, if there's anybody that is from or has been to Japan that can answer this, go ahead and leave a comment. But is it really a thing in Japan that every school, the students come up with 7 mysteries of the school? Like, that was never a thing in any of my schools. We never had 7 mysteries of whatever. But I see it pretty predominantly in like animes and books and games and stuff from Japan. So like, is that a thing? Or is that just kind of like a, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, if you know the answer to that, please leave a comment. I've been curious for a long time. Anyway, third mystery. Thirdly, we have the mystery of the Forbidden Tome. Now this one is interesting. Apparently the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes. You weren't kidding, this one is pretty interesting. It pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of the ancient Sumerian civilization. How romantic. Okay. The person currently in charge of the library is Instructor Thomas. He is likely the only person who knows for sure. Fourth mystery. The fourth mystery tells of the hidden graves. This legend dates back 250 years. It's said that many who died in the War of the Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, their bodies are buried directly below what is now the field. Whoa, is there more to this story? Oh, there most certainly is. They say that on some cursed nights, the corpses of the buried rise from their graves to bathe in the moonlight. And when they do, their long hidden graves surface from the field, overturning it and leaving holes. Well, that explains why the mystery is called the Hidden Graves, at least. But honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier. You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries. Good. Oh, wait. What do you mean by good? Regardless, the best people to ask about the field would be the members of the writing club. I believe the club's captain, Lambert, is home for the summer. Perhaps you should ask Paula instead. Fifth one, right? The sports club grudge is the topic of the fifth mystery. Given how hard the sports clubs train, it's not uncommon to hear screaming coming from their general direction. But some say that screams can be heard coming from something else dwelling in the gymnasium. The rumors say that those screams are a grudge of sorts, a manifestation of all the stress sports club members face. This one seems a bit backwards to me. Working up a sweat should wash away your stresses, not make a monster out of them. Only a select few would share that sentiment. Such ignorance of others' feelings might just lead you to an unfortunate end. Right. No matter. It may be wise to ask the captain of the fencing club for further details on this mystery. I think your name is Friedel. And sixth mystery. Oh my. The sixth mystery surrounds the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell. Have you paid much mind to the pond beside the gymnasium? Some say that it has a direct connection to hell itself. More amazingly, they say a resident of hell, the Crimson Devil, shows up at the pond from time to time. Well, that's certainly something. Any word on what it looks like? Sadly, the only descriptor I've heard is that it has 2 massive claws. It might be best to ask someone who fishes there often if you wish to know more about this mystery. Do you know Kenneth? He's a first year in the Imperial Fishing Club. He's a noble, though he acts as though he's not. Nevertheless, he is the club's head. Perhaps he knows something. And the 7th mystery. The 7th and final mystery is that of the poltergeist in the upper-class dormitory. To be frank, I have very little information about this one, but it seems as though furniture, culture, and the like are often found broken in the upper-class dormitory. I bet you it's Patrick taking out his anger, and people are saying a poltergeist is responsible. So it seems. Considering the mess it seems to be making, I can only imagine that the dormitory's maids would know something. Perhaps you should ask them for information. It's got to be Patrick. I'm calling it. It's all Patrick's fault. Alright, so first one we're going to investigate is the statue. So let's go talk to Clara. I'm assuming she's still chiseling away at her statue, like she has been all year. And that is over this way. The second door, right? Yeah, because I think the third one's the computer lab. I'm pretty sure this girl's the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a minute of your time? No, I'm busy. But my ears work, so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, stay your business. Okay. I guess she's gonna keep working while I talk. That's pretty impressive. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries, one of which is the art room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't happen to know anything about condensation. Sorry? Like I said, it's condensation. You have no idea how many people have come in to ask about that. They're not tears, just condensation. Water vapor in the air, if big words scare you. Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? I guess the world will never run out of idiots. Ah, I see. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information. It was nothing. Yeah, wait. Hold on. Ah! Okay. Yeah. So next, was Hybel, right? For the music one. I think he's in the church. Yeah, he's in the church because of the performance. So he's probably still there. So let's turbo our way over there, shall we? These trees are very green, aren't they? Let's see, that's Alan. Hybel. Where's Hybel? Is it Hybel? I feel like it's Hybel. Yeah, what's up, Hybel? I think this is Hybel from the Wind Orchestra. Oh, hey, what's up? I have a quick question for you. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about the haunted piano? Oh, that story. That's the one about a ghost playing the piano in an empty room, isn't it? Oh, so you do know it. Well, what can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? As it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Whoa, really? Okay, calm down. I didn't mean that. I'm actually a ghost. The rumors started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from view when you're tuning certain parts of it. Chances are that whoever heard that at the time just couldn't see me. So basically, I'm your so-called ghost. That makes sense, right? Sorry though, you're probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Not at all. You told me just what I needed to hear. Burl might not be thrilled though. Thanks for your time. Not a problem. Next, Instructor Thomas. I actually don't know where he is. Maybe he's in the instructor's room? I don't think I've seen him. We'll check the library first. He might be in there. Oh, yes, he is in here. Nice. Let's check the bookshelf. Make sure nothing new is in here. Generational conflicts. We already read that one, right? Yeah. Okay. Reen, my boy, what sorts of questions has your inquiring mind come up with today? As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Do you know anything about a forbidden tome supposedly locked away in this library? A forbidden tome? My, what a fascinating idea! Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Zemirian civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire written by the Crossbellian alchemists of the Middle Ages. Wouldn't it be thrilling if one really existed? Yeah, it sure would. In other words, it doesn't. But what exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tome? Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy, and one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets hidden deep within this library. Ah, so that's what this is all about. This year's story is even more absurd than the one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about. You do? The tome the story refers to is in fact a volume of... how shall I put this? Gentleman's special interest literature. Seriously? At least the forbidden part is right. Not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. We tell you boys time after time not to bring those sorts of things into the academy, but somebody always has to try. Crow! Excuse me. Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gather the contraband here before we dispose of it. Well, that's one way to do things. So if you happen to have a prized collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home. Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sarah and the rest of the faculty. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, anyway, there's nothing especially unusual or mysterious about this library, I'm afraid. You have made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, Instructor. Alright. And next, Academy Field... I don't remember who we were supposed to talk to at the Academy Field. We'll just go over there and see who's there. They'll have a green exclamation above their head. It's not that. There it is. You're Reen from Eustace's class, right? That's right, and you're Paula from class 5, I assume? This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor they're calling the Hidden Graves? I have. That's the one about the dead rising from their graves on the field, right? Lambert and I found a hole on the field a while back, but the only thing to come out of it was an exam with a bad grade. Seriously? Yep, it seems like someone couldn't deal with getting a score that bad, so they just tried to put their test 6 ridge under. They didn't even bury it, though. Just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. Or, you know, a horse's freaking leg could have gone in there and broken. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grave our culprit dug was his own. Yeah, that joke was so bad I can't even force myself to laugh. That aside, thanks for the info. That was a big help. Oh, right. Fencing club. Gymnasium. Yes. Friedel's the captain there, right? Yeah, Friedel is. Yeah. Yeah. I think she's the captain of the fencing club, right? Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a question? No bother at all. Ask away. As it so happens, I'm looking into the 7 mysteries of the Academy. Have you heard of the sports club's grudge? Oh, sure. People have been talking about it since I was a first year. Though I don't suppose it will gain much traction next year. Why is that? It's pretty simple, really. Those screams didn't come from people, but the door that used to be here. Ah, it had been in bad condition for years and used to make these awful screeching noises. So I asked for a replacement at the beginning of the month. Now everything is nice and quiet around here. Well, that explains that. Thanks for the information. You're very welcome. That one was such a letdown. Pond. We're right next to the pond, so let's do that one. Hey, Irene. Still fishing the good fish? Oh, geez. I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I guess you could say that. There's actually something I was hoping to ask you about. Does the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell ring any bells? That's one of the Academy's 7 big mysteries, right? It's the only one I know, at least. But seriously though, did anyone really believe this place was connected to hell? Probably not. Any idea what the Crimson Devil part's all about though? That's probably a crayfish. You see them around here every so often. That must be it. What's a crayfish? Yeah, red things. Kind of look like crabs. They even have 2 big claws, just like the devil's supposed to. I wouldn't be surprised if a crayfish inspired the whole thing. Yeah, especially when you put it like that. Thanks, Kenneth. Are these 2 getting yelled at? Oh my, and mercy me. Did you clone yourself, Vivi? How wonderful. Now we can work twice as efficiently. Fake Vivi can tend to that flower bed over there, and real Vivi can be in charge of getting the equipment ready. Oh, she's good. Nice. What's the last one? Ah, upper class dorm. Yeah. This one's got to be Patrick, right? Like, he's definitely got the temperament to just be smashing things, right? Oh. I can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Of course not. How can I help you? So I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that? I do, in fact. Some of the more experienced maids told me about it. I've even seen it for myself. Exclamation! You've actually seen the poltergeist? Oh, not quite. There is a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the story goes, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, correct? But these things happen when girls try their hands at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May, when more of them want to practice their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes for a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories. Ah, that explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up. I'm glad I could be of help. And that's the 7th mystery elucidated. In the end, none of them turned out as spooky as I'd hoped. But, oh, well. I hope Beryl won't be too disappointed. Yeah, hopefully not. We'll go see. Wow, this is a long quest. We're already almost at 30 minutes. Right here. All the way at the end. It looks like you've finished your investigation. Can you tell me what you've learned? Sure, let me go through them one by one. Reen told Beryl the truth about each one of the 7 mysteries. I see. Condensation, magazines, A test? None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect them to be real, but the truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things. I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go. It's something hexed with one of my favorite curses. Received nightmare. Thanks. To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of the mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. It seems like the perfect setting for a good ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. What are you talking about? Of course it comes up. In the real 7 mysteries, at least. What? Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out. I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation has gotten to you. I could have sworn I heard you say something about the real 7 mysteries. Oh well, it's probably a better idea not to get into it. Quest Thors 7 mysteries completed. Yes, I wonder what the real 7 mysteries are. I don't know if we ever actually find out, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, the next couple things are a little bit longer. Trying to decide here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut it right here. You know what? No, let's do one more. Yeah, let's do one more, and then that would leave the old schoolhouse and a hidden quest, which should work out. Well, here you are. Hi, Reen. Thanks for coming. Oh, hey, Toa. What brings you here? I needed a little break from work, so I came along to help George and Angie. We asked her to come help you out with the request we sent you. Oh, so she's working on a bike too? Yep, the request is pretty much the same as last time, but with one key difference. This time, we'd like you to ride with Toa at your side. By my side? Don't you mean behind me? Maybe it would be easier to just show you what we're talking about. I believe it's time for a grand reveal. Wow, impressive, isn't it? We call this the sidecar. Much like the bike itself, this was a Ruhr Institute of Technology prototype that George put the finishing touches on. You can probably tell by the sidecar. But the sidecar lets people ride along with you. Though it's much closer to riding in an orbital car than it is like being on a second bike. That's pretty interesting. So, you want me to test ride while Toa sits in the sidecar? Yep. That means I'm in your car, Reen. Try not to crash or anything. Right, I'll make sure everything goes smoothly and safely. Oh, don't worry about that. George and I have already done all the necessary safety tests. The goal of this test is to get some fresh perspective, just like last time. That's right. Be sure to give us as much feedback as you can. That goes for you too, Toa. Okay. So, do you have the time to go for a ride? Sorry, Reen. I'm always keeping you so busy. Oh, don't worry about it. How about you, though? Do you have the time? You seemed pretty busy yesterday. Thanks for worrying. But I'm fine. I got most of the harder work sorted out yesterday, which means I've got time to spare today. As you can see, George and I are ready to go whenever you are. We'll work to your schedule today. I was thinking sidecar, not... Wow, okay, thank you. Well then, let's go ahead and do it. Why don't we get started right away? Great, let's get everything set up then. We're doing this on the nearby highway, aren't we? Yep, same one Reen tested the bike on last time. So, how does it feel to be in the sidecar, Toa? It's exciting, but I'm a little nervous too. Knowing Reen will be driving puts me at ease, though. Thanks. Oh, Toa, please don't say things like that. Please don't say things that will make me envious like that. Wow. Now I have no choice but to send Reen home and ride with you myself. Sorry to cut you short here, Angie, but I can't let you do that. Remember, we chose these two for a reason. Ugh. Same test as last time, right? Starting to ride, shifting gears, and coming to a stop. Does the sidecar change things at all? Actually, yes. The main changes are the increase in weight and different center of gravity. These two things will have a huge impact on how the bike operates. I'd recommend you approach this as a whole new experience, because it's definitely going to feel like one. I never would have guessed. Okay, what will I have to do? Basically, when the sidecar is attached, you end up veering off towards its direction while you're accelerating. By the same token, when you're slowing down, you'll end up veering off in the opposite direction, which changes things a little for your tests. Starting to move, we'll put the handlebar to the left, so make sure to turn it slightly to the right in advance to compensate. Next time, when you're shifting gears, you'll need to turn the handlebar slightly to the left when you disengage the clutch. The same goes for bringing her to a stop, but the extra weight means she's going to be harder to slow down, so be sure to hit the brakes earlier than you did last time. Will do. It's like a whole different set of rules. It really is, but you should be fine if you pay attention to what you're doing. My advice to you, Toa, is to believe in Reen and focus entirely on enjoying yourself. I think you'll have a wonderful time if you do. Seconded. That should help motivate Reen too. How so? Well, think about it. I'll be happy knowing you're having fun, and I won't want to make any mistakes to ruin that. Ah, that's so sweet. Well then, here's hoping this will be fun for both of us. That's the hope. Bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Alright, I'm going to start up the engine now. Ah, this is so exciting. Okay, get ready. Angelica said I should turn the handlebar a bit when I start moving, didn't she? To the right. Here we go. Phew, glad I didn't mess that up. Yeah, that was really smooth. And off they go. Yeah, it should be fun to talk to them when they get back. So how is it? Does it feel different from when you ride alone? It definitely does. Angelica was right when she said it would handle completely differently. And that's not the only thing. Oh, what else is there? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking of something else. I probably shouldn't tell her that the excitement of riding with her is a bigger hurdle than the sidecar. Question marks? Okay, I think we're both used to this speed by now. Are you ready to go a bit faster? Sure. Right then, let's switch gears. Which way did I have to turn the handlebar when switching again? To the left. Slightly to the left. I need to disengage the clutch, then turn the handlebar slightly to the left, opposite of the way we drove off. And we crash! Perfect. Well, look at you. That went well. Thanks for the encouragement. Don't be silly. All I'm doing is sitting here. This really does feel nice, doesn't it? The view from here is great too. It's a much more refreshing experience than I expected it would be. Having you here with me makes it a lot more fun too. Ah, thanks. Okay then, I guess we're about done. It's almost time for us to turn back, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Okie dokie, sounds like it's time for the final test. Angelica said the extra weight with the sidecar means I should take a different approach to slowing down. What was it I had to do? Brake harder than usual. Brake later than usual. Brake earlier than usual. Brake harder than usual. It takes longer for it to come to a stop with the extra weight, so I should put the brakes on earlier than usual. But it'd be so funny if you braked harder than usual. Broke harder than usual? Broke harder than usual. Yeah, that's how it... There we go! We stopped in just the right spot. I knew you could do it. Thank you, Reen. I had so much fun, and we still have the journey back to look forward to. I'm glad to hear it. Why don't we take a little break before we go back then? Sounds good to me. One question though, why does the bike have quad tip exhaust? It seems like things went very well for the both of you. I'm impressed you could handle her so well with such different hardware than the last time you rode. Please, I'm blushing here. We really appreciate your help too, Toa. You ended up having a really good time, didn't you? I did. It was a lot easier to just sit back and enjoy myself than I thought. Of course, that's all thanks to Reen. Not at all. The fact that you trusted in me and were able to enjoy yourself kept me focused on doing a good job. Well, I always trust in you, so today wasn't anything special. It's nice to hear you say that, though. It tears at my soul to say it, but you two make for a good pair. I was about to say the same thing. Well then, that finishes up the test. Let's head back to the engineering building. Thank you both for all the great data. Your feedback should come in handy when I'm tuning the thing. Always glad to help. You're planning on entering that data into the computer, right? Would you like me to help you organize all of it? Really? That'd be a big help, but are you sure you have the time? Aren't you busy with your preparations for the... something? Oh, trade conference. Wait, Toa's going to the trade conference? Ah, right. I haven't told you yet, have I? The truth is, the Imperial government requested I go along to help out the major players. As such, I'll be heading to Crossbell for the trade conference as an assistant to the entourage! Exclamation. The entourage attends to the Empire's representative during the meeting, right? And you're assisting them? Yeah, it'll mainly involve helping out with paperwork and scheduling, I'd imagine. I don't think I'll be much help, to be honest, but the government did ask. Toa's received a ton of job offers from all over the country lately. Everyone's just waiting on her to graduate. Trade conference invite is the government's attempt to sweeten the deal. Unbelievable. Does that mean you're planning on moving into the government work instead of military? Oh, I still haven't decided yet. I'm kind of doing this just to broaden my horizons. And apparently all this is because of the trouble in Heimdall last month. The government took a real interest in how quickly and efficiently she evacuated all the civilians. That explains it. I'd say Class 7 ended up doing a lot more than I could have. I even had help from Angie and Crow, too. Even then, it was thanks to your instructions that we were able to split up and handle everything so efficiently. If you did decide to enter the military, I'd think you'd make a splendid commander. If they had a uniform small enough to fit her, at least. Hey, no teasing allowed. Either way, best of luck. I'm sure we'll be in the middle of another field study by then, but I'll be praying that things go well for you. Thanks, Reen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is starting to look way too much like sappy Tenmir and Novella. Let me just step in right here and keep you two from stumbling into a badly written fantasy. What kind of novellas are you reading? Was it something I said? Now, asking questions will only encourage her. To change the subject before this gets out of hand, thanks for helping us test the bike out again. This is for you. Received Volcanic Rain R. Haha, just glad I could help. See you later then, Reen. Good luck investigating the old schoolhouse too. Au revoir. You'll be the first person we ask if we need any more help. Quest side-by-side car completed. Hello, Reen Schwarzerd Class 7 speaking. It's Sarah. You knocking out those requests from Student Council? Yeah, I've made my way through several of them now, and I'm just getting started on the rest. Nice. I've got something to talk to you about, so come along to the faculty lounge when you can. I'm not going to take it out on your grades if you don't show up or anything. It's just a personal thing. Later. Didn't even wait to hear my response. Oh well, I suppose I should go meet her in the faculty lounge when I get a chance. Yes, which we will do next time. So until then, goodbye for now. I really got to work on that outro. Anyway, see y'all.